Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land. So today, don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in. Almost forgot to say that this is an update to the Big Cat NFT legitimacy that I did a bit ago. So apparently they have a site and it kind of touches on some of the things that I wanted to see. So if you haven't seen the previous video, please go check it out. Link in the description down below, and it'll basically kind of go over my problems with the project originally and what I didn't like about it. And so now they have a website, because I believe they did not have one at the time that I was doing it, and it sort of just goes over their roadmap. It's the same roadmap you can find in their Discord. The Discord has a very large following of over 250,000 people, which is insanely large and always kind of makes me worried. Where did you drum up all the hype from? So, I won't really go over much of this stuff. It's really just, talking about the 8,888 versions that they have and how rare they're going to be and how there's a lot of hype there. It's really just a bunch of fluff there. Same thing with the beginning of this roadmap. Same idea. Just more of kind of fluffy talk here. And then over here, they talk about their 250 members and how, it's going to be exclusive events all around the world. A lot of places will talk about this, like, events that they're going to be performing around the world. Again, to me, it's just sort of drumming up a little bit more hype. I'd rather see more substance with the NFT itself and what exactly they plan to do, because they do talk about having to give charity, or not having to, but wanting to donate to charities and provide more for animals, specifically for big cats, which is great. But here's a little bit of the sloppiness that I might have talked about in the other one. Try not to repeat myself, so I'm going to go a little bit faster through this. We pledged to donate 50,000 to a charity. They protect big cats in tropical environments. Who are they? What is the charity? Right? It's that kind of sloppy business work that I don't like. I'm an investor, right? This is essentially what you're pitching to me, is a website telling me, hey, this is why you should invest. A lot of people will be like, well, they don't have a website yet because they're drumming up hype. I'm not looking for hype. I don't invest in hype. I invest in practicality. I want to see what you're going to be making, how you plan on doing it, and then you can hype me up. I don't mind. A good hype is always nice, and you know what I mean? But couple that with actual product and utility, now you got something that's sound and makes me want to feel safe that my money's invested in somewhere. So there's that. Introducing, so they have other NFTs. They mention this a lot too, where they're like, new investors will be forced to take notice. Again, more hype stuff, renewed hype, therefore increasing the value of the existing collection. They constantly talk about that. They mentioned it a couple times, I believe, where it's like, and then over here, they're introducing more beyond their current collection. They're going to introduce other animals to diversify, and then this will renew interest. So they talk about that a lot. They mention here that you'll be able to showcase your avatar in games and movies or in real time and metaverse meetups. The metaverse meetup stuff, okay, I guess. Of course, you're trying to push for that as well. The games and the movies, I wish they could detail a little bit more about that. Are you in talks with anybody about games? What movies are you, like, how are you in? Are these NFT movies that people are working on right now that we don't know, that that you're partnered with? A little bit more transparency in that area would go a long way in adding more legitimacy to the project when you mention things like this. A voxel would be nice. I can understand that you might not have one yet, so I'm not really going to harp too much on that. This is one of my favorite things, though, that they should have done a long time ago, and every single website, every single NFT project should be doing. People will be like, oh, if you go here and here, you can find this thing, and it's so obvious. And it's like, no, make it this obvious. I want to see this. Okay, this is the person that you're working with. I can click. I can click on his LinkedIn. I can click on his contact. This will take me to his main website. From there, I can see the work he's done. If you go over here in the professional section, you can see the work that he's done. You know what I mean? He's worked on Marvel. He's worked on, these two are great shows, by the way. This, not so much. I have to finish watching this. I guess I have to start watching that again. Anyways, the point is, like, you can see how that easily links up to there. And then I can go to his Instagram over here. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I can see, you know what I mean? He's got a couple other things here related to the the big cats. So a lot of people were talking about this as well to me. This doesn't really mean much to me. It's advertising. You know what I mean? It's not, obviously, it's very costly to do something like this. But again, it means more to me that I could like through this guy's kind of IMDb page, find his website, find his Instagram, and then see those here. And then be like, oh, okay, cool. I can see how this is all connected to this guy. And like this gives me renewed hype, if you will, into a project like this where I had a lot of doubts. Now, this is still not something I'm going to invest in personally. The sloppiness over here, though it can seem a little nitpicky, is just sort of, you know what I mean? It's just like, give me more detail about this charity stuff. Like, why would you write a charity they protect? Like, at least, reread your shit. But maybe that's just me nitpicking at this point. If this is something you're interested in, go check it out. Revisit their website if you must. Revisit their Discord. Communicate a little bit in there. And then, Ricardo's kind of the same idea. And you can come over here and you can sort of explore him. He'll take you to his website. And then from his website, you can kind of see the stuff that he's worked on as well, which is, pretty neat. There, it doesn't really link to his Instagram as easily as the first one does, but the first one sort of adds a lot more legitimacy to the second one, which helps the overall project regardless. So those are some major things that I had a gripe about. I'm sure I touched on some other things during the other video, but this is one of the big issues was they mentioned that they were connected with people in Marvel and stuff like that in Hollywood, and they didn't really mention who or how or show any connection to them that I had seen at the time. So this was nice. This is how it's supposed to be: simple, easy, just click, click, click. I can sign everything I need at that moment. So I'm glad to hear that. So, you guys can take this a second look. Again, I proceed with caution. I think I saw someone in the chat that they tried to discuss with them some business stuff in their Discord and it didn't really pan out. They wouldn't allow them to message them on a separate area or whatnot. Take that with a grain of salt. But again, the way they mention things here, the constant renewing of hype, it's like, I don't need you to renew the hype via the words. I don't like words, especially in projects like this. Don't give me just words, give me practicality. Yet how are you going to make this more hype? It's like, you know what I mean? I get that they're saying like they're gonna bring this new stuff up, but you don't really have to say like it's gonna renew hype in it. It's like, no, you're hoping it renews hype in it. But if you make a good product and you are actively trying to help out the environment, or the animals rather, then, you know what I mean, you're hitting that kind of niche. Okay, let that speak for itself. Add more about that. Add more to the big cats of the world. Let me know what you're trying to integrate to help out those. You know what I mean? If that's really what you're after. So it's nice that they added the extra little bits here, and I'm glad that they did. But again, not to nitpick too much, I just want to see a little bit more of that, and maybe some other teams as well. None of the team members are mentioned anywhere in the website. You know what I mean? That I can like just kind of see them. It'd be nice to be able to see your team. Dox them a little bit as well, just to also add more legitimacy. Like, you got to keep in mind, I know a lot of people will break apart what I'm saying as well. But I am giving them my money. If I'm giving you my hard-earned cash, make it easy for me to give you my cash. Don't make it difficult for me to do that. And I feel like when things are hidden and when websites aren't there, everything should have a website before you start even drumming up hype, because this is where your hype should come from. I'm like, oh man, I'm seeing this project. I'm liking the way it sounds. I'm seeing the team. I'm liking the team. They've got the credentials. They've got the people. They've got the partnerships. Take my money. Just take it already. Shut the fuck up. Take my money. That's what you want. But when I have to question whether or not, they don't have a website yet, but somehow they have a huge following on here and on there, but it's like they haven't shown anything yet, really, just some cat art, and it's like, you know what I mean? Not everything can be a Bored Ape, so it's like those are few and far between with the amount of NFTs that come out, especially when you have stuff like Pudgy Penguins, where like they were a good project, people were hyped, still out there, not a scam or anything like that. But they could not deliver on what they said they were going to do. And so the people who invested in the project, because I think there's a governance token, want to take the project out of the hands of the original creators and give it up to somebody else. stuff like that happens a lot. OpenSea just talked about, and this should be coming out in a video of mine soon. They have a free like minting section on their OpenSea website, and 80% of the free stuff is fake collections. 80%. So, you know what I mean? Make it easy for people to trust. And I want to make it easy for the people who, you know what I mean, who are watching these videos to know and to be able to go and invest a little bit more safely. So with everything that I just said, guys, take that with a grain of salt. Always do your own research. And you know what I mean? So, trust your instincts as best you can, but come back here if this is something you're interested in, and you know, just take a look, read it through, go into the Discord, join it for a bit, and spend some time in there. That's how you're really gonna like know for sure. So if it's something that you're really into, make sure you do that first and foremost. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.